First wide-angle story on the show. Amidst the Yemen War Chat leak blowback, the first big-level personnel shake-up in the Trump administration has taken place. Mike Waltz has bowed out. He's made way for Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who may be the acting national security advisor. But a change in guard which has ramifications for America's policy, position and action around the world. Iran, Russia, China and of course Yemen, which really started this chain reaction. But on India's sense today, we focus on Rubio's unwavering support for India. And this report tells you what all as far as the support that Rubio has provided to India in the backdrop of Pahalgam, but also much before that. Take a look.
Marco Rubio, unbelievable. Unbelievable, Marco. When I have a problem, I call up Marco. He gets it solved. He gets it solved.
In Washington's power corridors, Marco Rubio isn't just a cabinet pick. He's a signal. After Waltz's sudden elevation to national security advisor, a move that reflects Trump's inner circle loyalty, Rubio now steps into foggy bottom as the White House's global face, bearing both experience and edge. His most recent call, not to Brussels, not to London, but to New Delhi. His message to External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar was crystal clear, that America stands with India now and always. On the heels of the Pahalgam terror attack, Rubio's tone was unmistakably firm. He reaffirmed the United States' commitment to cooperation with India against terrorism, with a statement that rang through diplomatic circles. Rubio has long been a champion of closer India-America ties. His landmark legislation, the US-India Defense Cooperation Act of 2024, codified expedited defense sales, strategic ties, and a sweeping vision for cooperation beyond just the military. And now, as acting national security advisor, Rubio is positioned to put that vision into action. And the reverberations are already being felt. Pakistani troops have reportedly surged the line of control, while Islamabad's foreign ministry called for restraint and mutual respect. Well, this is nothing but Pakistan now feeling the heat as Washington's bond with New Delhi tightens. But Rubio isn't blinking. In his call with Pakistani Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif, he made it clear, those who perpetrate, sponsor or shield terror must be held accountable. To allies, it's reassurance. And to adversaries, it's the red line. The former Florida senator is the head of 4 key government bodies, as President Trump is keen to ensure that the tumultuous tenure of his first term, which saw 4 NSAs, does not happen all over again. Now, Rubio may be an acting chief, but his elevation comes at a time when Pakistan stands completely isolated and India-US ties could become more consequential. An early trade deal with America will become the stepping stone for focusing on some of the other aspects: security, counterterrorism, strategic goals. All that will probably come into play, and then Pakistan will see the heat, witness the heat even more than what it is right now. All right, shifting focus now to the big voice that's joining us on the show. Bob Blackman, UK Member of Parliament, joins me on the broadcast to talk more about, well, the voices of support that are coming in for India from around the world. There is Mr. Blackman, you are one of them. Thank you so much for speaking to me. Let me start by asking you the fact that you've spoken out in no uncertain terms when it comes to backing India against the terrorism that it continues to face. You spoke about it. What do you expect the UK government to do in terms of backing India more?
Well, I think the key concern I have at the moment is that everyone throughout the world, as you quite rightly are reporting, is expressing condolences for the victims, their families, and for the government of India for this terrorist atrocity. The key now is to make sure that the support is built for the necessary military action that India is going to have to take to either remove these bases along the line of control or to ensure that the Pakistani military remove them. One way or the other, to stop the terrorism and stop it completely, those terrorist bases have got to be removed. Now, as has been found, when Israel suffered a terrible terrorist atrocity back in the 7th of October 2023, the world expressed its horror for what had happened. But when Israel then took action, military action, to eliminate the terrorists, all of a sudden that sympathy started to dissipate and disappear. So it's very important, I think, for India that not only is support provided by the United States, but other countries as well. Now, the UK government at the moment have provided full support about the terrorist atrocities. They've stopped short, and this is where I hope that the UK government can change their pitch here. They've stopped short of condemning the Pakistani military and the Pakistani authorities for sponsoring terrorism. Now, I also think, and I've said already, that our Foreign and Commonwealth Office in the UK is obviously in close cooperation with the Indian government. I think the Indian government need to make sure that our Foreign and Commonwealth Office have the evidence that demonstrates that Pakistan is behind these terrorist attacks and therefore should give firm support for India in whatever action it has to take.